Good morning. Today is the first day of the day of oversharing, and basically what this is going to be a vlogging day where I share with you basically every single thing that I do throughout the day, and kind of just talk what it's like to live in a world dominated by social media. So basically, the point of all of this is to talk about how social media is really dominating a lot of our lives and how we share a lot of really unnecessary and really boring parts of our day all the time. And that's what I'm going to talk about. And I'm going to talk to some people around campus. I'm going to be shamefully filming myself all day. And I'm not going to edit anything, so you're going to see all the ums. But no, it's the whole point is to show exactly what it's like to overshare. So right now, I'm on my way to a dermatology appointment, and it's gonna be super fun. And then I have class later, and then I have work later, so I thought this would be an interesting day to start with. So yeah, today is Friday, and yeah, let's get started. Some nice pictures of skin cancer. I'll sit here and wait to talk to my dermatologist. But this is basically what it's going to be all day. So you're going to see a lot of cutscenes of me walking and then talking about why oversharing tends to be really unnecessary. Because there's no reason that I should be showing you what's going on at a dermatologist appointment, but that is something that is typically documented, like on Snapchat or something. So just gonna talk about this kind of stuff. That's basically what it is. So I'm back from my dermatology appointment. I'm just walking back to New Res, and it's good. Now I have to protect my face for the next 3 days because there's some product on my face that makes my face very sensitive. So I'm gonna wear a hat for the rest of the day. I have a few hours between now and my class, so I'm going to play some video games and make lunch, and yeah. So now I'm going to do something that my roommates like to judge me for, which is watch Netflix while playing video games, which, when talking about over-usage of media, is obviously a great example, because I'm using 2 different video sources at once, and they're only supposed to be one at a time, you're just supposed to pay attention. But I always like to watch Netflix while I play video games, so that's what I'm gonna do. So now it's time for lunch. I'm having Tex-Mex salad, and I'm gonna watch that 70s show until I have to go to class in a few minutes. Hi everyone. So I forgot to record my way to class, so this is my way back. Just review for finals. Woo. And now I'm walking through campus talking to myself. So this is kind of also something I wanted to discuss with this whole day of oversharing, was the idea that people are becoming a little less worried about stuff like this and like not as embarrassed, which is fine. But it's just something where I'm noticing people are staring at me as they're talking to my phone. And it's an interesting observation. So this project is teaching me a lot about social media and about the idea of always living your life through a camera. And actually, as of recent, about 2 weeks ago, I deleted all my social media. So this is something also very interesting, because this is the first time in 2 weeks that I actually am using my camera with a purpose of showing people, like, instead of just taking pictures for myself. So this is kind of interesting to, again, be behind a camera all day. So it's interesting. It's interesting what social media does to all of us and the kind of person it makes us. So. So this is my roommate Katie, and I had a question for her about whether or not you think people overshare in society, and what's the most ridiculous thing that you've ever overshared.
Alright, so I think that people absolutely do overshare in society. I'm not sure what the worst thing I have shared is, but I get constantly reminded on Facebook on the On This Day thing of things that I shared like 5 years ago that I definitely should not have shared.
So this is my other roommate Kayla, and my question for you is, what social media platform do you use the most and why?
I use Snapchat the most because instead of actually texting somebody, I text them through Snapchat and message them that way.
Cool. So I forgot to record basically the last 6 hours because I took a nap and then I ate dinner and then I ran to work. So this is my friend E.
What's up? It's pretty hard to see.
We are going to get our stuff back from New Res and then we're heading back to work. We work for Stage Crew on campus. Woo! And there's an event tonight. So just gonna show you some behind the scenes stuff and then yeah, we'll talk later. So this is my coworker Sam, and my question is, how often a day do you check your social media platforms?
Well, I only use Snapchat, Instagram, and Facebook. I probably check Facebook once a day. Instagram like 2 or 3 times a day. And whenever I get a Snapchat, I guess, which is probably like 5 or 6 times a day.
Awesome. So these are some more of my coworkers, and my question to you guys is, what is your opinion of oversharing on social media?
Personally, I think it's not a good thing. You can let yourself out too much, and people can they basically just like, you can find out your entire personality and steal someone's identity. So it's like, it's not safe. I get it, people like doing it, but you need to find a better way of sharing things and making stuff public.
What about you guys?
I mean, I agree. I don't know.
Something I really hated with the oversharing was like with tragedies, especially with the Las Vegas shooting. How like they would like share pictures of the dead with the whole "Pray for Las Vegas" thing. Like that was awful. So like not only that, like I think like the whole like taking pictures of like your food and shit and just being like, oh look, I'm eating. Like it just seems unhealthy to document everything.
Awesome. Thanks, guys. So it is now 12:10 at night. I'm out of work, just got back. And so I didn't do the greatest with showing everything from the day, but I think that it was really interesting to also talk to other people about oversharing and what other people think, because, you know, with social media, so many people just share all the time. You don't really stop to think what is actually being shared. And my friend made a very good point about the Las Vegas shooter and how that, like, the details of everything that happened were so overshared and so unnecessarily boosted. And I think that's a really interesting prospect about social media, is this idea that nothing is off limits anymore because everyone is a civil journalist, and everyone just gets to document whatever they want. So I think it's interesting to talk about oversharing and then talk about tragedies, because people tend to become much more vocal during these huge tragedies, and it's an interesting thing to see develop, like, right in front of your eyes. So that was a really interesting part of the day, and overall I think this was a really good lesson to have in general about social media usage and learning to not live your life through a camera. You know, it's important to put the phone down and actually see what's around you instead of everything that's behind your phone. So I hope you all enjoyed the day of oversharing, and it was a great lesson, and I definitely suggest people think about something like this to show them how often they actually use their phone. So, good night, everyone.